the horse, willing herself to stay focused on happy times during the long journey that lay ahead of her, instead of the pain she was leaving behind. Cherished memories of her grandmother and mother teaching her the art of healing, passed down through the generations, filled her as she cantered through the lush green fields and glens surrounding the castle. Her hand slid down to the sides of the horse, and she rubbed the worn woolen medicine bag that was never far from her side. She sighed at the reassuring texture. It was the only thing she dared to bring, in case she was questioned about her destination at the stables. No one had noticed her, however, as she strolled casually out of the gates. She would never have a daughter to pass her knowledge to. Nor would she get the chance to be the mother she wished to be. It stung to give up on that dream, but she had no choice, so she would console herself in becoming a bride of God. It couldn't be that hard. Surely she could stay chaste with no challenge. Love between a man and woman didn't really exist. It was for fools and the weak, and she was neither of those things. Reckless and headstrong, maybe, but she would never be someone's fool. Maggie rode for hours, and she was certain she was almost to the edge of Mhairi land. Her rear was sore from the pounding of her hurried pace, and the horse had slowed to a canter. A short break would suit them both, so she turned the horse toward the stream they'd been following north. She dismounted and found a path the steed could take down the embankment. But the overly long bottoms of the trews she wore quickly became heavy with moisture and muck. Her brother's oversized shoes slushed around in the mud, and she wobbled to keep her balance. Most lasses would be horrified by Maggie's current state of dress. She was not. Until her mother's death, she had been allowed to run wild. She was a free spirit, and her mother had encouraged her curious nature, probably just to get her out from under her feet. Oh, she wished her mother were here. She rubbed her rear and stretched as she guided the stallion to the water. "I'll call you Freedom." She patted the gentle creature's head softly. Freedom responded with a nicker, but maybe the happy reply was because he'd eyed the water, not approval of his new name. "We will do well together, and then I'll do my best to get you home," she continued. The earth shook, and she turned to see movement at the far end of the field she'd just crossed. Horses skirted the edge near the stream. Her heart lunged into her stomach, and she shook her head in a vain attempt to clear the image of several men galloping toward her. Oh, had she been discovered? The riders were gaining fast and were going to be on her soon. Even squinting, it was impossible to make out who they were. It could be she'd been discovered and her brothers were coming for her. The thought of going home made her heart lurch and sent a shiver down her spine. They would have to drag her back, kicking and screaming. Thankfully, she was mostly hidden by the embankment. She spared a quick glance over her shoulder to see Freedom's head was dipped to the water, making him hard to see as well. Maggie considered ducking down in the ditch to hide, yet her curiosity got the better of her, and she had to peek over the top of the ridge. A group of 8 men and one young boy of about 12 years of age was going to pass right by her. She didn't recognize the horses or the men, and some of the tension left her shoulders. She said a silent prayer of thanks that the men were not familiar and her family had not caught up to her yet. The riders didn't appear to be from any of the nearby villages either, and must just be travelling through. She let go of the breath she hadn't known she was holding. Relief washed over her. Her gaze gravitated toward the man in the lead. He was one of the brawniest men she had ever seen. Honey gold, wavy, wind-blown locks hung loose to his shoulders. The craziest urge to run her fingers through it struck her. His bearing was confident, almost regal.